London. Rishi Sunak spent much of his brief premiership striking a delicate balance in relations with China. So, as he enters an autumn of careful diplomacy, the last thing the British Prime Minister needed was a Chinese spy scandal breaking out in his midst. Westminster has been rocked this week by news that a British citizen working as a parliamentary investigator for MPs has been arrested on suspicion of spying for Beijing. After story was Sunday Times. Police confirmed that two men, one his 20s and other in his 30s, were arrested under Official Secrets Act March. One of the men is a well-known figure in Westminster with an interest in international affairs and close connections to senior Conservatives. An MP knew the man and who was not named to speak freely for this article said everyone comes into contact with him feels angry and exposed. Another person involved in Westminster's China policy circle added, "It's hard to trust anyone on the ground now. Everyone is wondering what went wrong." The detained investigator, whose name has not been officially released by British police, said in a statement released through lawyers that he was completely innocent. Speaking in House of Commons on Monday, Sunak said he was horrified by the spying allegations but signaled no fundamental change in his approach to Beijing. This showed him paving way for a closer relationship with China than his hawkish predecessor, Liz Truss. But Sunak was careful not rule out inviting Chinese officials to an AI security summit in the UK in November. Despite pressure from members of his own party adopt a tougher stance. Artificial intelligence knows no boundaries, a Downing Street spokesman said. Conservative MP and former cabinet minister Iain Duncan Smith, one of 9 British citizens sanctioned by China in 2021, has criticised the UK's treatment of Beijing, given that Sunak has resisted calls to formally define China as a threat. He claimed that there was significant confusion about the issue. Are these a threat or not? Duncan Smith asked the House of Commons. Tim Loughton, another Conservative MP who received confirmation, called on ministers add China to enhanced tier of UK's foreign lobbying register. This would give UK Home Secretary extra powers monitor agents working on behalf of Beijing government. In response, Trade Minister Kemi Badenoch said on Monday that declaring China a threat would escalate things further. Officials at both Treasury and the Department for Business and Trade have long opposed idea, arguing it would damage Britain's economic ties with Beijing. Access all areas? The scandal has also raised questions about vetting process for people working in UK Parliament, as arrested investigator had a pass that gave him access to most of property. Luke de Pulford, executive director of the Inter-Parliamentary Alliance on China, told Politico that it was bizarre that the same furlough process applies to all employees at Westminster. Suggests